Alright, I wanted to share my thoughts on this Peak Design travel tripod. This is something I was very skeptical at first because of its price. It's significantly priced, but as you can see, even just in this box right here for a tripod, this is advertised as a travel tripod. It's extremely small and it's also very lightweight but sturdy for what it is. So let's open this up here and I'll show you what's inside the main packaging. The main box is super well made and it comes inside a case inside that box. This is what I normally strap to my backpack. I throw this in the water bottle holder on the side. There's a little loop right here that I'm able to put my strap through and tighten it to my bag. That way it stays attached to my bag, goes wherever I go. I've traveled with this quite a bit and it works great. Some people travel with it out of this case. I just prefer to keep it a little bit extra protected and keep it in this. If I take it out and show you the actual tripod itself. This is what the actual tripod looks like. It extends really, really far. I've never had an issue with its extension. It can go as high as I've ever needed it to go. It kind of has this, what they call a hidden ball head design. So right here in its compact form, this doesn't swivel at all. But if I loosen this, I can pull this out and then you have a fully articulating ball head that can go anywhere you need it to. And that slides back in, tightens down. It has this release plate up here, so it's in the lock position right now. If I turn it this way, it unlocks it, and then I can take out this Peak Design camera mount that goes on any Peak Design products. I also have a Peak Design camera mount that goes on my shoulder strap of my backpack. This works for that as well. It fits all the different Peak Design products. This snaps back in there just like that, and then you can lock it in place to be sure that camera is not going anywhere. This can support heavy cameras. I use it with my Sony a7R5 with a full Sony 70 to 200 G Master lens on it, which is a fairly large setup, not the biggest. It's not like something like a Red Komodo would be, but it's pretty heavy and it holds this just fine. This is the aluminum version. I opted for the cheaper one of the two because even though it's cheaper, it's still significantly expensive. This was around, I think, $369. But this is more quality than I ever expected it to be. But paying that price, you should expect it to be pretty high quality. Another thing I like about this is there's a hidden little compartment here for your tools. So if you ever have problems getting your camera on and off of your mount, this can easily tighten that down, loosen it up. It also works for all of these different fittings down here, so you can even fix anything that goes wrong with the tripod itself. And it like magnetically clips right there and it always stays in place. So I love that they included that on there. Another little Easter egg with this is that if you look at the bottom here, so this is a weird function where you can pull out and turn it and it comes out, and then hidden inside this is actually a phone mount. So you can attach this to the top of the tripod and then you can use your phone to record with instead of a camera if you want to. So when you're traveling, this is super convenient. I've used this before on family trips where you want to take a quick photo and we just want to use someone's cell phone. I can throw up the tripod. This is already hidden in there. I don't have to remember to bring this at all. And then I can connect it to any of my phones and that works really, really well. And then going back in there and putting it in the wrong way. Slides back in place. This is like a little magnetic thing you pull up on and then it spins back in there. There we go. Then that's locked all back in place. And you can of course use this to weigh down the tripod if you need to. I've never had to do that though with the way it is. So I've been super happy with this. I highly recommend it for anyone that's skeptical about spending that much money on it. I personally don't see the need for the twice as expensive carbon fiber one, but I guess if you're hiking a mountain and every ounce matters, something like that might be beneficial for you. But for me, this aluminum version accomplishes the mission I need just fine.